feel like I should make a political statement. I affirm all that has been said.
Can I approve this?
I only have 6 pages. That's not true. It's good. I hope I can be really short because I want to go out and continue the party. Oh my. What a great night this has been to be here with all of you who are connected to us in so many ways, and all of you to whom we love and are love. That's the thing and we have talking about, and thank you, Peggy, for starting us off and bringing back the 30 years. It's been a wonderful 30 years. I like to start with the fact that that if the only prayer that we ever said was thank you, that would be enough. Or with that Schultz who said, well, for all that has been, thanks, and since it's not the end, for all that will be, yes. I look out and I see what we are, maybe collectively what we are together is like a web of relationships. Everything is relationships. We are formed, attracted, and come together because of something, of some invitation, of some way. And I'm looking back too, and Ginny and I are looking back over the 30 years and saying, how did we ever survive? How did we ever do it without money? And we're just simple folk, you know. How did that happen? What was it? Some of the things that said, somebody mentioned persistence. I think persistence was something because we didn't take no for an answer, and we were intrigued by an idea. And I was intrigued first, and I think Peggy said it with the visit that came from our colleague who remains a beloved colleague to us over 30 years. She was with us in May and spent time. Some of you maybe have met her at a program. She came because she wanted to form a center. And I was intrigued with her, and I was also intrigued with the idea. She wanted to gather grassroots groups from the northern and the southern hemisphere who were involved in political struggles against the oppressive situations in which they were in and the escalating militarization. Now you know that that continues, and we look out and we say, oh my gosh, it's growing and growing. So the 30 years for us has only been a process of continuing on the struggle, and we will continue on in that. We know we will continue on in that struggle. And I'm bringing back stories, but maybe one of the she was there visiting in the room, and I had never met her, and I was showing her a book that we had created to promote justice and peace education. And I had 2 books on the table. And I didn't know her, she didn't know me. And I said, I'm going to give you one of the books. And she looked at me, she says, oh, she says, well, I am a very good Catholic woman, and I would like to have both of the books. She took the book over here and sat next to herself. And I said, oh. I said, well, I'm a very good Catholic woman also, and I'm taking one of the books. So we sat there. Well, that remains the struggle that the 2 of us have had 30 years. But she had the idea of gathering, and we did do this. We had, if you have the paper, you can see the ways we went. One of the stories that I participated in, we would gather together, and one of them was on, well, we asked the question, and it's a relative question probably today, is could fascism ever happen again after what happened in Berlin? So we spent 3 weeks, representatives at that time from 4 different countries and from the north and the south, studying what had happened in the fascist system. How did it happen? How could a whole country participate and let this happen? Where was the church? Was there any resistance? Where was the silence? All of these questions, and we think of that today. And we just as a side, which is very important, because we cataloged everything we did. That is the stuff that's going to Schlesinger, because the questions are not over. We always start everything that we do with relative questions. So I think, I don't want to say anything more. Maybe I should make a date with each one of you or mention and you know what? It's the stories that give you the joy. For a while, I was very much alone in the first 5 or 6 years because I think somebody said that they didn't understand what we were talking about. What in the world is she talking about? And it was that persistence because I believed in that vision. I believed that it was necessary to do that. But nobody was listening. And I would be asking Jenny to please come with me because we were very close. And Uta was here one day. She was visiting. And I said, you know, I'm not going to participate in developing that next workshop, which was going to happen on, we were looking again at, if we weren't producing weapons, what would we produce and what would we do in order to do that? So we were planning a workshop. And she says, I'll ask Jimmy to do it. And I said, well, good luck. She's going to say no, because she said no to me 20 times. And she called her in, and we were in my bedroom, and we were sitting on the floor, and we're sitting around, and so Uta asks her, and she said, okay. And that was such a gift. There's so many gifts, but it's all relationship. It all is how we work together. Somebody already made the statement, I think it was you, Kathy. I was going to end with the same talk, that tomorrow, no matter what happens after we vote, our country has to come together, and nothing could be better than this. And another thing that we did in the 30 years, we have legitimized and brought to fore that dialogue is an essential ingredient toward making peace, and we participated in doing this, and that's so. So you are all beloved to me, and I am so happy that you came tonight, and I hope we have time to continue celebrating some out there, because I know that we have lots of food.